In 480 BC, one of the greatest last stands in history took place. An army of over 100,000 Persians led by King Xerxes marched to conquer Greece. What stood in their way? A small but courageous army at the narrow pass of Thermopylae. The legend of the 300 Spartans is known worldwide, but what really happened? Today, we uncover the truth behind the legend of the brave warriors who defied a vast empire. King Leonidas led the Spartans into battle, but he wasn't alone, as the movie 300 suggests. In fact, Sparta had two kings. While Leonidas led his army to defend Greece, the other king stayed behind to protect the city of Sparta. And Leonidas? He wasn't the young warrior you saw in the movie. He was about 60 years old when he marched to Thermopylae, proving that age was no barrier to courage. When the Persians approached, it was during the Carnea, a major Spartan religious festival. Because of this, Leonidas could only bring 300 elite soldiers to defend Thermopylae. But they weren't alone. They were joined by over 6,000 warriors from surrounding cities. Together, these men faced overwhelming odds, knowing they were outnumbered, but determined to defend their homeland. The Persian army, depicted in the movie as monstrous and disfigured, was very different in reality. Xerxes, the Persian king, was worshipped as a god by his people, but he likely didn't have the exaggerated piercings shown on screen. And while the Spartans were famous for their military prowess, their true strength lay in their tactics, the phalanx formation. In this formation, no Spartan ever fought alone. Shoulder to shoulder, they became an impenetrable wall, a force to be reckoned with. Spartan boys were raised to be warriors from a young age. They lived in barracks, trained to fight, and learned survival skills. At one point in their training, each boy had to survive alone in the wilderness for an entire year, barefoot and stealing food to survive. This harsh upbringing molded them into the formidable soldiers we know today. The movie 300 shows the Spartans fighting without armor, but this was far from the truth. In reality, the Spartan warriors wore heavy armor, and their discipline and formation was their secret to success. The final stand at Thermopylae was fought by more than 300 Spartans. It included over 700 Thespians who also gave their lives. Together, they made history, showing the world what true courage looks like. Though they were defeated, their sacrifice inspired all of Greece to rise and fight against the Persian invaders. The story of Leonidas and his men is not just one of battle, but one of bravery, unity, and the will to never back down in the face of impossible odds. Today, their legacy lives on, reminding us all that even in the darkest of times, courage and sacrifice can light the way. Remember the 300 Spartans.